Southeastern Conference Whip Around, sponsored by AT&T.
Well, it's been a pretty miserable year all the way around for Auburn, a team that never lived up to expectations. But the one thing that could salvage their year would be a win over Alabama in the Iron Bowl. It doesn't really seem like there's a very good chance. This Alabama team has been on a mission in the last part of the season. Their defensive line has been playing great, and that could be big trouble for Auburn quarterback Jeremy Johnson. Well, Florida State goes to Florida, annually one of the most interesting non-conference games on the schedule. And the Gators could be in trouble this week before they head to Atlanta for the SEC championship game. This team overachieved early in the year, but it's been a real struggle without Will Grier, moving to Treon Harris as the backup quarterback. Their offense just can't really get anything going. Florida's going to really need to turn it up at least 3 or 4 notches if they're going to be able to score against a good Florida State defense. Texas A&M at LSU, and the spotlight in this game is going to be on LSU coach Les Miles and his job security. Is this his last game with the Tigers? A lot of people think it is no matter what, but a win over Texas A&M would be a statement that LSU has not quit on their coach, has not quit on this season, and that Les wants and deserves to come back for one more year. He's had a lot of success there. Ole Miss at Mississippi State, the Egg Bowl, one of the more underrated in-state rivalries in college football. And also, this is the last home game for senior quarterback Dak Prescott. It's going to be very emotional. You know that Dan Mullen is going to have his guys charged up. Ole Miss has been quite inconsistent this season. I think a lot of signs are pointing to a Bulldogs victory. Vanderbilt at Tennessee, and this is a very important game for the Vols and Coach Butch Jones. They got off to a rocky start this year, but if Butch Jones can get this team to 8-4, that would be a lot of momentum going into 2016. Another good recruiting class coming in. Tennessee would make their case that they could be SEC East favorites next year. Georgia goes to Georgia Tech to finish the regular season. And if you remember a few weeks ago, there was a lot of criticism on head coach Mark Richt, a lot of rumors about his job security. That's quieted down a little bit because the Bulldogs have not lost since. But the bottom line is, if Georgia can win this game against Georgia Tech, they would get to 9-3, and Mark Richt would have a very strong case to come back in 2016 with another good recruiting class and a top-ranked quarterback in Jacob Eason.
Southeastern Conference Whip Around, sponsored by AT&T.